What's up? It's your boy Corey B. Right now I'm out here poolside with the boys. They're just having some fun. But I was thinking, right? So I've talked about this before. There was this great quote from Musk when he was talking about, he was like, we have baby showers, we have housewarming parties. Why not business showers or business warming parties? Why don't we have a party when someone launches a new business where everybody shows up and brings resources, right? And this is a great concept. Like, you have a party, you launch a new business, and everybody, you say, hey, I'm about to take this new thing and really get it underway, right? And when you do, you throw this big launch party. But the thing is, by the time you're at this launch, the business should already be somewhat underway. You should have your resources already handled. You should have them with you. Yeah, you could always use some more help. There's always more things that you could benefit from, but you're already kind of somewhat there if you're launching. So what you should essentially do is just like a baby shower. You have a baby shower when you're preparing for the baby to come. People have baby showers after the baby's born, but most of the time people want a baby shower before the baby because they want to prepare, right? So why don't we have parties when people are working on their business, developing the business? So it's like, look, I've got this business. It's in developmental stages. It's new. Let's throw a party. Everybody get together. I'm going to let y'all all know what it's about, what's going on. And man, there's some serious glare in here. I'm noticing that. I'm at this indoor pool at the hotel, and with the windows and the sun coming in, there's a lot of glare on my phone here. Anyways, so sorry for the picture. The picture is a little wonky. Here's I don't know. It is what it is, guys. Sorry about that. So anyways, if we had a get together and told everybody, hey, we're launching this business, right? We got this business idea. We're really in developmental stage. Everybody show up and let's see how we could really get this off the ground. Now that would be a great concept, but you know, some people are just not going to put themselves out there like that. Some people aren't. Even if they had a bunch of friends and colleagues and family members and everybody who had the resources, and they would pull together and they would absolutely help them and they would totally be there for them. A lot of people don't feel comfortable doing that. A lot of people, I mean, I myself have been there. I'm a proud man, but as I've grown older and I've spent more time in scripture and more time, you know, in business and stuff, I've learned the difference between being proud and being prideful. When I was younger, I was real prideful, and I didn't want to tell people I needed help. A lot of people struggle with this. You don't want to tell people that you're in a bad spot. You don't want to tell people that things are harder than you thought they were going to be. You don't want to do that, but ultimately you can. But see, a lot of people, and even though you can tell them, hey, you should just get out there and tell them. Okay, so what I want to challenge, what I'm thinking that I want to challenge y'all to do is, instead of waiting for someone to invite you to one of these business parties, why don't we think smaller? Because see, that's what we do as humans. As humans, hold up. All right, my man was in the pool and was hollering for dad, so I had to hold up for a minute. Okay, so anyways, so we as humans tend to miss it when we think too big. It's what we do. You know, my pastor talked about this before. I've talked about this before. As Christians, we think, like, how can we get this big event together and, you know, do all these things? In business, people do that all the time. People think, like, oh, I got to do this big, huge thing. I got to go all in, because if I don't go all in, it's never going to work. I can't do these steps. Okay, so what I challenge you to do, and let's think small. Instead of waiting for an invite that you're going to ultimately show up to, you would absolutely, if I did a poll and I hollered at like 100 of my homies and I said, hey guys, if I threw a party, would you be there? If I threw a party launching my business, would you be there? Anybody who couldn't make it there, I guarantee if I hollered at them, the people who couldn't make it there, they would tell me they're sorry, there's a conflict, they're not able to make it, but what could they do from a distance to help? They'd be there. Because that's what your true homies are going to do. They're going to be there. Now, it's a whole different level of a homie, a friend, a family member, or a colleague, or whatever, who's going to just like, they're going to drop whatever they got to be there for you 100%. That number is smaller than the fingers you got. You know what I'm saying? It is. But the ones that'll be like, oh, well, I can do this little thing to help you, Man, you got a whole lot of people who do that little thing to help you. There's far more people in this world that want to see you succeed than want to see you fail. Now, it's a hard stretch to believe when we see so much ugliness in the world, but the truth is, far more people want you to succeed than want you to fail. It's a real deal. It's a real deal. Especially the more people are learning that your success doesn't stifle their success. Okay, so now, what I'm challenging you to do is instead of reaching out and throwing a party and, trying to get all your homies there so that way you can get resources and build your business, I challenge you to do something selfless, something for your homies, something for your family, something for your friends. Do you know someone who's working on a business? Do you know someone who's developing something? Do you know someone who's trying to build for their future right now? Even if they're just trying to work on their retirement, they're trying to work on their investments, they're trying to take their company to the next level. They've been running their own business for 5, 10, 12 years, and they're trying to take it to the next level because they're like, you know what, I've been in this spot for so long and I want to be here, or I want to be here, or I want to be way up here. It's like, do you know somebody like that? I bet you know at least one, probably more. Now, so what I want to challenge you to do, I want to challenge you to holler at one of these homies, one of these friends, one of your colleagues, your family member, your cousin, who you know is working on something. Call them up and be like, hey man, you okay, Corey? You got it, buddy, swim. Yeah. Good job. You okay? All right, so I know you know somebody, so holler at them and say, hey, I just want to check in. I just want to see how things are going for you. Looks like I found a sweet spot right here. Look at that light right there. Okay, so I want you to holler at them and say, how's things going? I want you to ask them, what their progress, whatever it is they're working on. Huh? Go for it. Woo! Corey's diving like a champ. If you ain't seen, check out my videos. He's diving on some of my videos. He's also diving on my Instagram as well, so y'all check him out. And while we're talking about it, be sure y'all hit that likes button, give your boy some love, subscribe, stay tuned, ding the bell, get your notifications. You don't want to miss out on what we got coming. Now let me finish what I was saying. If you know what they're working on, ask specifically. Don't give them vague stuff, because you call up your cousin, okay. If I holler at my cousin Rena, I ain't talked to my cousin Rena in a few years. I call Rena, I'll be like, hey girl, how's it going? She gonna be like, oh, things are going okay. So-and-so's doing this in school, this and that's happening, whatever, It's gonna be real nonchalant, real nothing. It's gonna be rolled right off, you know what I mean? I ain't heard from my Uncle Bubba in a minute, more than a minute. That boy been, he been MIA for a while. But if I hollered at him, if I, got his number and hollered at him and be like, hey, Unc, what's going on? How's it going? He's going to tell me the same things like, oh, well, hey, we ain't heard from you in a minute, blah, 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 this and that. He's like, but things are all right, whatever. No, but if you call up and say, hey, I know you're working on your retirement, how things are going. Where have your new investments been? Is there anything that I can do to help, or do I know somebody who I can connect you with that could help this out? Okay, or I know you've been building your business, you've been working at this, you've owned your own company, or you've been a partner in a company for 10 years, and I know you've really had a desire to take it to another level. Are you there yet? How close are you? All right. So, okay, you got a few kinks to work out. What can I do? Can I plug it on social media for you? Can I mail out flyers? Can I send out an email list for you? If you've already got your business developed, maybe I don't have the resources you need to take it to the next level, or maybe I do. What could I help? Do you need more income? Do you need more revenue to come in order to step it up? Is there something I can do to help that? Could I connect you with somebody, or could I call somebody? Or is there anything that you are doing that your hands are tied, that you're like, I've got so much on my plate that I just need some extra hands for a few minutes? All right, how could I do that? That's what I challenge you to do. Because like I said, all of us, most of us, If they holler at you, you're gonna say, yes, I got your back. But what if they don't holler? What if they're too hesitant to holler? What if they're too prideful to holler? What if they don't know how to ask for what they need? Or maybe what they can't even realize what they need. They're just like, man, they just keep treading water the whole time thinking, I just need a few more inches and I'm gonna have my head above the water, but they're just not there and they can't figure out why, and they just need someone to call them and say, hey, do you need a hand? Because I got you. So I challenge you to do that. If you just take a moment, holler at somebody and say, hey, I got your back, can I help you? And maybe you don't know someone specifically that's working on something, but maybe you know someone who needs something. I reached out to my daughter the other day because I was like, I know her and her husband are really working on different things. And I was like, I know they're working on just taking care of their family. Like sometimes when you're in a young relationship, you're young married, you got little ones, you're just trying to figure things out. You ain't got time to think about retirement. You ain't got time to think about your savings or building a business or doing anything like that. You're just trying to get things done. So from time to time, I try to be a good daddy who doesn't feel pushy. So I try not to holler at her all the time and be like, oh, this is what you need to do. But I try every once in a while, and I hadn't done it in a couple months. And so I did it the other day. I was like, hey, are you and Mark, thinking about this and that? Are y'all thinking about retirement? Have y'all thought about, doing something just a little more than putting money in the savings? I'm glad she's saving money. Good for them. Too many young people aren't saving money, so she's saving money. She's already got that taken care of, and I'm happy and proud of her for doing that. But I was like, have you thought about doing more than just that? Because I can help you do more than just that. That's what we need to do. Sometimes we see somebody who's building something and we can step in and say, hey, how can I just get your back and help you build faster? But also, sometimes you see people who don't realize that they could be building more, and just show them some love and support and say, hey, you know what? You want to build more? I got you. No pressure, but don't just shrug it off either. Be like, hey, look, if you want to do something, I got your back, but just walk off, because then they're going to be like, oh yeah, that sounds like a great idea, but what the hell are they even talking about? I've talked to people like that before, where you talk about, like, I've seen people do it. We'll be in a group of people and somebody will come up and they'll think they're real hot shot and they'll think they're real cool. Oh, look, I made some money when I invested in this. I made some money when I invested that. Oh, if you want to invest, you want to make some money, I can show you how to do it. And they'll be like, so anyways, I'll catch you. And they roll out. Like, then the person that we're rapping with is just sitting there like, were they just bragging, or do they really know what they're talking about? They got nothing to really go off of based on that just cocky response right there. That's just a very arrogant, I'll help you if you want it kind of thing. Don't approach people like that. Approach people with consideration, compassion, and love, man. Be like, hey, look, I got you. If you want to do this, let me tell you, I've done A, I've done B, and I've done C. And that's not me saying, what's up, my man? I'm about to, man. I'm just trying to wrap up this real quick, okay? My guys, man, Colton's a fish. He'd stay out here all day. But, all right, dude, go for it. Woo! I told you, my man, Corey. All right, so like I said, I've done A, I've done B, and I've done C, and that's not me bragging. That's just letting you know I do know a few things. This is what I'm capable of. I don't go around talking about it all the time because I'm not trying to be braggy. I'm not trying to rub my nose in, my family and friends' business and say, hey, what you're doing is less than what I'm doing. So it's like, you don't have to do that. You could just be like, hey, this is what I've done. I've done a few things. I got you. You want to do it? Let's talk. If you don't, you do your own thing, but I am here and I'm willing to talk about it. Not just, hey, I've done A, B, and C. You holler at me and walk off. So like I said, I think we think too big sometimes and we don't think about the little things. The little things is where we can make huge impact. Those little things can really change people's lives. They can really put people in a new direction, give them a new perspective. We're gonna change people, not with arrogance, not with not with throwing shade. People do that all the time too. In social media, we throw shade at people. People are just like, oh, you're doing this wrong, you're doing that wrong. No. Show them love, show them support, show them compassion, understanding. Be supportive, be there, be uplifting, and you can change people's lives. And that's what we got to do. We got to start changing people's lives, changing those around us. So I challenge you today, make a call. Call somebody. Call somebody. Don't just shoot them a text. I mean, like, get on the phone with them. If you need to text them and, find out what their schedule is, whatever. But get on the phone with them, have a real conversation, and let's make a difference. Let's change somebody, because they could change somebody else. And that person, it's a chain reaction, man. We could change the world. People looking in this nation that the economy's crumbling and that there's problems. There are problems, but there's always been problems. And our economy, our country has always overcome these obstacles, and we can overcome these. We can overcome them at an individual, one-on-one, one step at a time. Let's conquer the odds and let's beat it already. All right, I'm gonna stop. I'm gonna let y'all bounce because I'm gonna go jump in this water with my boys. Colton's eager for me to get in the water with him. But look, y'all have fun today. Y'all live it up. It's Sunday. It's a beautiful day. The sun is shining. Woo! The sun is shining. It is a beautiful day. I'm still up here in Oregon, man. I don't know where y'all ever at. I hope y'all have a beautiful day. Y'all be blessed. Y'all bless somebody else. Y'all live it up, and let's keep lifting each other up. Y'all be sure to give your boy some love. And I'll talk to y'all again later. Until next time, let's get cocky and let's blow things up. Later.